of course, our live stream listeners coming in from Facebook Live and Periscope and YouTube Live. We love you guys as well. And so, the goal of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And this segment of the Charlotte Mitchell Radio Show is brought to you by my web design firm, Mitchell Productions. Check us out. CharvetteMitchell.com is the easiest way to get over there for your web design needs. All right, and so today, listen, we're just going to snatch all kind of excuses from you today. Those of you that listen in and hang out and work with us and chat with us, we are always bringing you information that's going to help you in business. This can help you in your nonprofit world, even if you're listening from a ministry standpoint. We're talking about video and marketing, and so I'm excited because the guest I have hanging out with me today is an expert in the field and is going to give you some good, juicy nuggets so that you feel prepared. And I'm going to be bringing her up to the mic momentarily. So what I want you to do right now is go to your social media, wherever you're hanging out, share the link with a friend and say, you need to come listen to this interview. You need to listen to this talk show right now, this podcast right now, and tell them what you're listening to. Listen, if you're following me on Twitter, thank you. If not, what are you doing with your life? Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Charvette. Connect with me on Facebook. Just hit the green follow button, facebook.com/Charvette. And then, of course, those that are listening just from my main radio show website, that's charvette.com. All right, so let's jump right on in. Our guest is hanging out with us today. She empowers online entrepreneurs to go from confused to confident on both sides of the camera and teaches them the skills they need to create not just video, but business cinema. Now, business cinema is the way she likes to describe the next level video. Not creating content for creating content's sake, but creating videos that have a plan, that have a purpose, and that have a strategy. Videos that move your business forward and have a bigger purpose. Coming up to the mic, Holly Gillen. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Charvette. I am so excited to be here and chat with your audience. Thank you so much for having me on.
We are excited to have you. Yes, we are excited to have you on the other side of the mic. And so this is audio, actually, so not you don't get to see our lovely faces, listeners, and those that may be hanging out on live streaming. But you have become very friendly with video. And so how did you get started in this space?
Sure. So I actually got started back in 2008 working as a professional video producer, camera operator, and editor. And in 2013, I started my online business to take all of the years of skills and information that I had and translate that into online courses to teach people how to DIY their own videos. I saw a huge hole in the marketplace for people to create videos on their own for their websites, small businesses, YouTube, that sort of thing. And I knew that I could help people do video for their businesses on a higher level with more strategies, systems, and processes in place that the pros use, but translated for business owners.
And so have you really seen that shift happen where video is so incredibly important and needed in a marketing plan?
Absolutely. I mean, people are always talking about, like, the year of video, it's the year of video, or, oh, this is the year I'm going to start using video, but it's been the year of video for years and years and years. The race is on. And I always joke around, say, if you're not running in the race yet, then you are already losing. Video is such a powerful tool that you can, take advantage of and use in your business. And I understand that, it's not a comfortable position for everybody to be in. And honestly, it wasn't for me when I started as well. Despite the fact that I had a professional video production background, I still had to learn how to overcome my own fears and insecurities when I stepped in front of the camera, because it didn't come naturally to me either. So I understand the hesitation or, the procrastinating or getting stuck at procrastination station when it comes to, really taking advantage of this tool. But honestly, it is something that everybody can use. It doesn't mean that you have to use it in the same way that everybody else is using it. If it's not something where you're comfortable putting your face on camera just yet.
All right, you heard it here. Thanks for those that are coming on in, listening in. I'm telling you what, we have Holly Gillen that is here with us, sharing her expertise, business cinema. And so, Holly, the fear factor, that is the main thing that I hear from primarily females. I can't say so much that I've heard it from men, but then you know what, guys that's listening, I don't know, are you all doing video? But I know females. I don't know. I don't like how I sound, or I don't like how I look, or I don't have the perfect spot to do the video in, or I don't have the perfect background, or my kids are running around screaming. What do you say to some of those comments?
Those are excuses. And I always joke around. I say you can have videos or you can have excuses, but you can't have both, right? I understand the fear and the trepidation, but it's just like anything else in life. If when you get started, you're not really sure, you're uncomfortable, you're anxious, you're nervous, but you're never going to overcome those feelings if you don't take action and just do it.
Yeah.
So my first tip is just get started, get over yourself. You don't have to make videos to be seen by the entire world. But one of the things that I did when I first started, because I had all of these feelings as well, nobody gets to skip their first video or skip over this uncomfortable, awkward, pimple-faced teenage stage of video making. So one of the things that I did was I locked myself in my office and I just made video after video after video until I had an epiphany. And it was that I was feeling this nervousness, this uncomfortableness, this almost like out-of-body experience where I was standing on the sidelines like, what are you going to even say next? Like, nobody's even listening. People are going to think you don't know what you're talking about. Having this, mean inner critic on the outside, shaking their finger at me like, what are you doing? The epiphany I had was that this feeling was me growing from the inside out, and I decided to turn it into something positive instead of something negative, something that I wanted to try to incorporate into my life because it meant that I was doing something that was challenging me. It was allowing me to grow beyond my skill set and a place where I was comfortable and be more for the people that needed me to be that.
Oh, that's such great perspective. So listeners, you all should really capture that nugget when you have that kind of almost resistance and that place of, I don't know if I'm doing it right, and all of those things that Holly just said. That's a sign of growth. And you know what? That is a good thing. That is a good thing. And so,
absolutely
Holly,
is a good thing.
Yeah, let's talk about where are all the places that people can leverage video, or that they should think about leveraging video.
Sure. So there's, everywhere, really. I know that's not really a great answer, but my first question when people are asking me, like, where you should use video, or where should I be on YouTube? Should I be on this platform? Should I be on this? So-and-so says, like, this is where it's all happening and going down, or, this is where my mentor hangs out, so I totally want to hang out there. At the end of the day, it's where do you like hanging out? Because if you're not like into Snapchat, and I'm like, oh girl, you got to go get on Snapchat and be making Snapchat videos, and this is where people are, killing it. People are killing it over here, but you're like, Snapchat. Then you're not going to use it, right? So first and foremost, where do you enjoy hanging out? Because when you're using video, you're going to, want to hang out on that platform. You're going to want to, engage and be, part of the community and, into that particular platform. So first and foremost, where do you like hanging out? Secondly, then where are your people? You match those two things up. That's where you should be making video. As far as platforms are concerned.
Formula.
Yeah.
There's your formula. And do you feel that everyone is in a place to make videos versus 10 years ago, 15 years ago, do you feel the accessibility to video really is snatching all of our excuses away?
1,000%. That you have a camera within 3 feet of you right now. The excuse of I don't have the fancy equipment is BS. That is a mindset thing. That is a block you've put in your path because you're not comfortable yet, and that's totally fine. But let's call it for what it is. You have a camera. You can start making videos. You have the ability to do it. Yeah.
You have the ability. Okay, I'm loving this. Holly, I know there are people as they are tuning in and listening in saying, okay, how can I, follow her on social media? How can I connect? Let's share that information.
Sure. I am on all of the socials at Holly G Studios. I like to hang out on, of course, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook are my faves. But you can always find me at hollygstudios.com.
All right. And what are the types of services that you offer?
So I have a couple of different ways that you can work with me. The first one being a group program that I run, and it's called the Video Content MAP, MAP being an acronym for a marketing action plan. This is 8 weeks long, and it's to help you design and implement a strategic video content marketing action plan. It's basically like a video treasure map, because when you're driving on, your video journey, you need a map so that you know where you're going. You need to make sure that you are making strategic decisions and not just creating willy-nilly videos that are wasting your time and your viewers' time. So you need to be using a system, a strategy, and an action plan. And over the course of 8 weeks, I teach you how to do that, how to consistently create your video content, specifically with YouTube in mind. So it's all about creating a YouTube strategy, system, and an action plan. The other way to work with me is through, good. Do you like that?
Yes.
The other way to work with me is one-on-one. I have a virtual video producer service, and we flesh out your video goals, your strategy, your content plan, your video style, and we dig deep into your business so we can create a winning strategy around what you're working on, whether that is video content marketing or you are creating course videos and you need help with that, or you're just looking to have me train your team.
All right, so great ways to connect. Jump over to hollygstudios.com, hollygstudios.com right there to grab those connection points. All right, so we're going to take a very quick commercial break, and when we come back, I want to hear more about this concept of business cinema, which is trademark, business cinema. So I want to hear more about that. And then let's jump into giving some tips, maybe for, videos for Facebook or some videos for your blog or your website, or we'll get just a few more tips. So we will do that right after this quick commercial break. Don't you move. We'll be right back.
She's here to motivate, excite, and influence you. She's Sharvette Mitchell. It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show with in-depth interviews from today's leading authors, gospel artists, stars that you want to know about. And now, Sharvette.
Join us for the 17th Annual James River Writers Conference, happening at the Greater Richmond Convention Center, Saturday, October 12th and Sunday, October 13th. With master classes starting Friday the 11th. This conference is an annual gathering in Richmond, Virginia that attracts prize-winning authors and highly regarded editors and literary agents from around the country to share their wisdom about writing and publishing. Register today at jamesriverwriters.org, and we will see you October 12th and October 13th at the Greater Richmond Convention Center. Find out more at jamesriverwriters.org.
Donna from Louisiana. The storm just hit, and we went from donating to the food bank to needing it.
Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
She's here to motivate, excite, and influence you. She's Sharvette Mitchell. It's the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show with in-depth interviews from today's leading authors, gospel artists, stars that you want to know about. And now, Sharvette Mitchell.
are back. Thanks again for all those that are listening in from Facebook Live, from Periscope, from Twitter, from YouTube, from Charvette.com, from all of our broadcast stations. We appreciate you. Thanks for all the love and the comments and the shares on this, and certainly those that are listening from iTunes. And you might even be listening from an Alexa device. We appreciate you checking out the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. This segment is brought to you by my web design firm, Mitchell Productions. So jump over to charvettemitchell.com and check out our samples and check out a complimentary consultation so that we can talk about the vision for your new or redesigned website, which perfect segue here would be great with a sparkling new video. And so I'm bringing Holly back up to the mic to talk a little bit more about this concept of business cinema. So how did you come up with this?
So business cinema is the way that I describe the next level of video. So it's not just creating video all willy-nilly just for the sake of creating video, but creating video that actually helps move your business forward. Video with a plan, a purpose, a system, and a strategy. And the term actually I worked on with a creative director who worked with me on rebranding my business back in 2014, 2015. Her name is Sarah Ann Claremont Ashman of Public Persona. Together we came up with this concept for business cinema. And it was just like because my differentiator was that I had a professional video production background and have worked on professional video sets and things like that, and that's what I brought to the table.
Wonderful. Well, I love that. And so let's talk about Facebook. Since I know we have a bunch of listeners that are actually listening in by way of a video platform right now. What are maybe one or two tips for someone that is stepping their toe in and wants to be more polished, but they're really not sure what kinds of things to talk about or even how long the video should be? Any guidance there?
Yeah, absolutely. So it depends on whether you're doing pre-recorded or live. So with Facebook Live, Facebook actually recommends that you go live for a minimum of 10 minutes because that is about the amount of time that it takes for your audience to kind of get the notification that you've actually gone live, stop whatever they were doing. Maybe they were, at the park with their kids or walking their dog or who knows. And get them from the notification to the actual live broadcast. So a minimum of 10 minutes there. And with pre-recorded, I always say, as far as length is concerned, that it should only be as long as it needs to be. Like, don't tell me something in 10 minutes that you could have told me in 3 minutes because I'm going to feel like you wasted my time.
That's not good.
No, definitely not, especially when, you're attracting new audience members who don't know you, so you haven't built up a relationship with them or a sense of reciprocity. They want what they want when they want it. They don't want their time wasted.
All right, so you can get to the point. And so so that's Facebook. What about websites and perhaps like welcome videos or blog videos? Any guidance there?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to use video on your website, I think it's 52 times more likely to appear on the first page of a Google search if there's video embedded into your website or you're using video on your website, which is like fantastic, phenomenal, amazing. You definitely want to take advantage of video. If you're using video on your website, you want to make sure it's, you've spent some time scripting, planning, producing, perhaps working with somebody like me to help you create that content on a higher level, because this is the first impression that you're making. And Charvette, I know like when people land on your website, you want to make a great impression. You don't want just any old stuff out there. So, the same thing with video. It is going to be there, having the conversation for you. It is giving people the ability to see you, to see the way that you talk, your mannerisms, how, the tone of your voice, how you communicate, the words that you use. that kind of stuff. And it creates this attraction, and it creates this ability to attract and repel at the same time, which is amazing because you don't want to attract everybody.
True.
So you absolutely, like you don't want everybody, right? So you want to be able to attract the people who are going to be your people and repel the people who are like, this isn't my person.
Absolutely. And I am in agreement with that, especially those of you that are service-based providers. Absolutely. So that is for your website. What about YouTube? Because you're big on YouTube. What types of YouTube videos are working really well?
So I always recommend, as far as a YouTube strategy is concerned, that you're creating, some evergreen type of content. So evergreen kind of content is like how-to, FAQ, so you're solving people's problems, addressing their desires, fears, or objections. This is content that, that stands the test of time, right? So it's content that you can make once. I made like a video years and years ago, and it's still relevant today because I've not changed direction or my business, right? So the content is still relevant, and people will continue to watch that content. It's great to make that kind of content on YouTube because YouTube is a search engine, and people are searching for answers to their problems, solutions. They're searching for how-to, FAQ stuff, but they're also searching to be entertained or for the problems that you solve in your business. People are searching for that on YouTube, and you want to be able to create content around that. That's your anchor content, this evergreen type of content. So think about the questions that your audience is asking you or the problems that you solve for them and creating evergreen type content around that. I have a formula that I use when I'm writing video scripts or preparing for my videos, and it is called Thriller, Filler, Spiller. And basically what this means is thriller is the thrill. You're going to say something immediately because you have seconds to capture somebody's attention. So say something immediately that is going to capture their attention. Either promise the value that you're going to share, create some sort of intrigue, curiosity, spark curiosity, something along that line. Immediately thrill them. Then you are going to add in your filler, which is the value. What are you sharing? The problem you're solving, the questions you're answering, the how-to that you're setting up. Then the spiller, which is the call to action. Where do you want the viewer to spill over to at the conclusion of the video, now that you've built up a sense of reciprocity by delivering on the value that you promised you were going to deliver on? And this could be, depending on what strategy you're using, I tend to prefer content upgrades for this particular type of video, an evergreen video, where you are, just as an example, if I wanted to use the thriller, filler, spiller formula as an example for this video. So maybe I am creating a video, and in the beginning of the video I'm saying, hey guys, I have a script formula that will make it super easy for you to write scripts for your videos. Stay tuned, and I'm going to be giving you a worksheet, so don't worry about taking notes. And then this is the formula, deliver the formula, that's the filler. And then the call to action at the end would be, hey, come on over to my website and grab this free download. That's the spiller.
Oh, that's good. I hope you guys are taking notes. I hope you're taking notes right now. She is dropping nuggets. Thank you, Holly.
You're welcome. And then I have a bunch of other types of video strategies that I go through I go through them in my course, in my group program, and I go through them with my one-on-one clients. And I touch upon them, here or there through different videos and stuff that I share. But there's evergreen, there's now, there's association, there's reviews, there's expertise, and each of these have different subcategories and different reasons why you would want to use them, so different strategic approaches.
Oh, great. And again, listeners, connect. HollyGstudios.com, HollyGstudios.com. And Holly, one more time, where they can connect with you. Where can they connect with you on social media?
On social media, I'm at Holly G Studios. On Instagram.
Very simple.
Facebook, YouTube, everywhere.
Very, very simple. And so one of the goals of my show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we would love to know what just continues to motivate you.
Everybody I help. That's super motivating for me, knowing that the information that I share could create a ripple effect way beyond what I could do alone. So, the clients that I help who have so much to share, so much value to give, so many, life-changing things that they can be providing for their audiences. And when I empower them to be able to do that through the use of video, that's what excites me and motivates me.
All right. Well said, well said. And I love that your website says you are someone's reason to smile. So don't give up. And I think that's such great encouragement because, again, this fear factor that some people have related to video, right?
Absolutely. And it's so important that, you understand that you are special and you have something special and unique to share, and people are waiting for you to share that in only the way that you can.
People are waiting on you. That's right. We are shifting the weight and the responsibility back to you guys that are listening in, that are authors, that are speakers, that are thought leaders. You know what? I think that brings up a great point. It doesn't matter if you own a cleaning service or if you run a multi-million-dollar company or if you are an author or speaker. Video is for everybody in every product and every service, right?
Practically almost everybody could benefit from using video for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who couldn't. I'm not unless you know right off the top. Can you think of anybody you'd say, well, you wouldn't benefit from video? I can't think of.
No, I can't.
So there we go. So this is for everybody. This is for everybody. So share this.
So if you aren't using video now,
out.
You need to be using video.
Put down the excuses we're already
and pick up.
Yeah,
and pick up your camera.
The train has already left the station, so this is not one of those things where you getting ready. No, the train has already left the station, so you got at this point now it's a catch up thing. It's a catch up thing, but Absolutely. It's okay. So no stress. Just get in the game. Get off the sideline. Get in the game. And I love what you said earlier, Holly. Get over yourself. Do you find yourself telling customers that you have to verbally say get over yourself?
Well, I usually position it a little bit differently by saying, that somebody is out there waiting for you. You need to help them. So you need to take shift the perspective, change the direction, and stop focusing on I don't like this about me, I don't like that about me, and start thinking about all the people who are waiting for you to help them.
There you go. I love that shift.
Which is essentially get over yourself.
Right, in different terms. So you can have video or you can have excuses. Spoiler alert, you cannot have both. And I think that's a great way to wrap up this segment. Again, thank you, Holly, so much for stopping by and just hanging out with us and encouraging all of the listeners and those on live stream to get into the video game. And we'll keep our eye out open on you on social media.
Thank you so much for having me on. This has been a pleasure.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, listeners, guess what? That's going to be a wrap for today's show. As always, check back next week because we have other amazing dynamic guests that we have lined up for you. If you are hanging out at Charvette.com, we have a full blog post on Holly, so you can see more information there. If you're not, you can jump over. You can jump over there and check it out, and we will keep you informed, and we want to see you on video. We'll be chatting with you later. Peace and love.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Charvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show.